This evening, let's explore circumstantial kindness and then meditate. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is brought to you by the kind-hearted folks who help support this channel on Patreon. This evening, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two, but first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as General Leia Organa upon Ajahn Kloss under the guidance of Luke Skywalker, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Good news! If at any time during this evening's live stream you have a specific question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them to your life, simply type that question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's discuss mantra meditation. In the Nyingma sect, it is sometimes referred to as leaping over in English or Tokal in Tibetan. Of course, my pronunciation's off. In the Kagyu lineage, it is known as Tantra Mahamudra. In Sanskrit, it is known as Maha Yoga, and in English, it is known as Generation Stage Tantra or Creation Stage Tantra. But long story short, it's just mantra meditation, and its purpose is to help us contemplate love. We use love to pole vault, to leapfrog over our competitive tendencies as they pertain to the circumstantial. We're going to begin with a rather lengthy intention that involves figures of speech. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the safety, good fortune, or boon, as the Buddha's real or imagined, Paradise, Pure Land, or Vati. Let's take this apart. We're using the word lot in this context. We are introducing it as a monosyllabic synonym of circumstances. You see, in the Satipatthana Sutta, in the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha mentions several times the four bases of mindfulness. In this context, those four bases of mindfulness would be the mental, the interpersonal, the physical, and the circumstantial. So what we're doing is we're bringing our experience of the circumstantial into the path of love, into the path of sincerely wishing others well. The path of love is not about emotion or the stories we tell ourselves or the beliefs we have. It's simply about intention, and intention is led by words. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the safety, good fortune, or boon. We are using boon as a monosyllabic synonym for safety and good fortune, for everything that is circumstantially good. And now we have the word as. And a word as is a flag signaling that we're going to enter into a comparison. We're going to enter into a simile. Now, the simile we're using is, may each circumstance be as fortunate as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise. And then we give some synonyms. The Sanskrit equivalent could be Vati, which could translate literally as Pure Land and figuratively as paradise. So we're not saying it's our job to absolutely believe that there are Buddhas, nor is it our job to believe that every Buddha has a paradise. For instance, if I said that guy was as fast as the comic book character The Flash, whether or not you believed there was an entity named The Flash, would you get the idea that guy was fast? If I said that guy was as strong as Paul Bunyan, would Paul Bunyan's non-existence as a real-life character take away from the person's strength we're comparing him? That serves as the object of comparison? No. Buddhism was not born in a bubble. It was born in a culture where there were many religions, and there were many ways of practicing each religion, from the Spartan to the decadent. And so it didn't take very long for people to see Buddhism through the lens of Hinduism, through the lens of gods, goddesses, mantras, rituals, paradises, epics, and the like, even though the Buddha recommended against it. So once, the horse ran away from the barn, it was too late to close the door, metaphorically speaking. And so since people began to bring this sensibility into Buddhism, the wise sages of yore said, okay, these people, they're all excited about gods, goddesses, paradises, epics, mantras, rituals, and the like. So let's use those things as metaphors that help people train and love and letting go. And that is the source of what people call Vajrayana, or Tantra Mahamudra, or Mahayoga, or Tokal, or mantra meditation. Now, sadly, the majority of people prancing about calling themselves lamas and calling themselves students are better described as rigid, fearful, controlling, elitist, competitive, and cruel than as being flexible, loving, laid-back, egalitarian, cooperative, and kind. The more rigid we are, the less able we are to recognize a figure of speech as anything other than a literal statement. And that gives birth to some bizarro practices which don't make for peace, they make for crankiness. Now, there's a bunch of people who will disagree with me, and they may be prettier or handsomer or richer than myself, and that's fine. If you want to work with a different teacher, knock yourself out, have fun. Who am I to tell you what to do? So we've got the idea now that we are wishing that everybody's circumstance be as fortunate as the type of paradise we see depicted in a Maxfield Parrish portrait. I wonder if I have a picture of a Maxfield Parrish portrait to put in there, just by way of illustration. Let's see here. Would it be under M? Nope. No Maxfield Parrish. Sorry, guys. Now we're going to take this big honkin' sentence and squish it down to 6 syllables. Vati boon for all lots. We want everybody to have the good fortune of a real or imagined paradise. So in other words, we want all the circumstances of all beings to be as fortunate as a real or imagined paradise. And we recite this as we breathe in. As we breathe out, as we breathe out, we physically relax as best we can into the chanting of this 10-syllable mantra. After we do this for approximately 4 breaths, we switch to the silent version. It's the same concise wish that paradise-like good fortune descend upon all circumstances of all beings. And we would recite this in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation for approximately 4 rounds. Doing this once every 12 hours or so will strengthen the neural connections that support empathy. I'm going to write myself a note real quick. Please bear with me. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So now I'm going to tap button 9 and we can hopefully skedaddle over. Whoopsie. Button 9. Did I forget to set up button 9 like a poop head? Okay. We come now to the easy tantra of Green Heroine, the latest iteration in its series of texts. Let's begin by stimulating the neural pathways responsible for empathy and enthusiasm with this simple 4-line chant. Together. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. Thank you for your patience. I was doing a very bad job of multitasking. Let us now contemplate impermanence and interdependence. What could it look like if all circumstances are less blissfully and impermanently melted into rainbow light, that interdependently absorbed into this body or form? What could it feel like if all forms or bodies blissfully and impermanently melted into rainbow light, that interdependently absorbed into this interpersonal communication or speech? What could it sound like if all interpersonal speech blissfully and impermanently melted into rainbow light, that interdependently absorbed into this mind? What could it be like if all minds blissfully and impermanently melted into rainbow light, that interdependently absorbed into a vast empty void? This brings us to this evening's first of two silent meditations, Awareness and Letting Go, which serves as an antidote to clinging and is known by many names, including Dzogchen and Treksho, or slice through. The essence of mindfulness is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. The essence of meditation is to silently and mentally recite the three-syllable verb relaxing, or its one-syllable verb counterpart ease, in harmony with each exhalation. It's as easy as that. Welcome to this evening's live stream. If at any point you have a specific question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them to your life, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Having completed our first silent meditation, we now turn our attention to the contemplations of love and letting go, which serve as antidotes to hating and are known by many names, such as tokal or leap over. Let's chant. May all minds of all beings now be as wise and peaceful as the mind of a Buddha of laws such as green Tara, symbolized by a uncertain seed bija mantra such as Tamoti clay drop. Om Tade Dade Dure Swaha 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 Om Tade Dade Dure Swaha. And now the silent version. We begin with the inhale, seed Tom wise, and then with the exhale, for all minds. May all relationships of all beings to be as loving and joyful as a real or imagined Buddhist communications symbolized by this 10-syllable mantra. Om Tade Dade Dure Swaha 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 Om Tade Dade Dure Swaha. May all bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful, healthy depicted in Buddhist thought of the blissful body of a Yitam of lore and archetype of enlightenment such as green Tara. Om Dhare 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 Swaha. 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 May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the safety, good fortune, or boon, as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land of Ati. Om Dhare 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 Swaha. 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 For the remainder of this evening's mantra meditations, we're going to leap over our clinging tendencies by contemplating letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our previous inhalation, good feel is not graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a beautiful cloudless moon, which although compelling to the eye is not graspable to the hand. How is it that as we inhale all circumstances or lots could appear quite vivid? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable as a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. Om Dhare 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 Swaha. 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 I must apologize. I do not have the health this evening to continue with the mantra meditation or the second silent meditation, so I shall jump ahead to the concluding materials. Let us conclude with moderately spooky Buddhist voodoo shit. May light rays radiate from the cerebral dome at my heart, inviting Shamatara surrounded by the assembly of Lamas, Yetams, Chondros, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Dharmapalas. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to you at your lotus feet. O liberator from all misfortune, to you, Mother Tara, I bow down. Homage to the noble Lady Tara. Homage to Tara, swift and gallant, whose glance flashes like flashes of lightning. Born on the heart of a blossoming lotus that arose from the tears of the triple world's Lord. Homage to whose countenance is like 100 full moons gathered in autumn, smiling and glowing with brilliant radiance like 1,000 stars clustered ablaze. Homage, golden blue lady, whose lotus hand is graced with a water-borne flower, embodying generosity, diligence, endurance, serenity, patience, and meditation. Homage to whose victories are endless, she is the jewel adorning the great Tathagata's crowns. She is well served by the heirs of the victors who have accomplished all the perfections. Homage to who with tutati and whom fill the desire realms unto the end of space. She tramples underfoot the 7 worlds and has her strength to summon on. Homage to her praised by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Maruts, and Shiva. Bhutas, Vetalas, Gandharvas, and Yakshas pay tribute to her. Homage to her who with Trey and Prashi enemies yantras. With red leg tucked in and left extended, shining, she treads amid flames wildly blazing. Homage to who with today with this fierce assembly to destroy some most powerful demons. With a deep furrowed brow upon her lotus face, she is the slayer of each and every foe. Homage to whose fingers grace her heart, displaying the mudra of the 3 jewels. Graced by a wheel adorning every direction with a dazzling radiance that overwhelms all. Homage to her supreme joy like a radiant garland that crowns her in splendor. Smiling and laughing with tutati, she brings demons and the world under control. Homage to who can summon the host of earthly guardians. Her front quivers in the syllable whom delivers us from every misfortune. Homage to her so brightly adorned by a silver sliver of moon as her crown. Amitabha graces her locks as gleaming rays streaming forever forth. Homage to her seated in a halo blazing with apocalyptic flames, her right leg is stretched out and left drawn in. Immersed in joy, she crushes legions of foes. Homage to her who on the surface strikes her palm and stumps her feet, her brow deeply furrowed with whom she fills the 7 nether worlds. Homage to her blissful gracious domain, the peace of nirvana. With Om and Swaha in perfect union, she lays waste to every terrible evil. Homage to who immersed in rapture shatters the bodies of all her foes. She manifests from the wisdom syllable, whom displaying each of her mantras and syllables. Amashure stomping her feet to seat appears in the form of hun. Shaking man Meru Mandara Bindu child in the triple world. Amash mother holding the rabbit marked moon, which is like a heavenly lake. Dispelling all poison with the sound of hay and the twice spoken tari. Homage, mother, served by the ruler of the hosts of gods of the gods and Kinnadas, dispelling conflicts and bad dreams with her armor of joy and splendor. Homage, mother, whose two eyes are like the sun and full moon shining with brilliant light, who dispels deadly disease with two tate and twice uttered hara. Homage, mother, endowed with the power to pacify by the display of the three natural states, destroying the host of evil spirits, yakshas, and the walking dead, Ture, most excellent mother. This is the praise with the root mantra, and these are the 21 homages. Om Amashu, the noble lady Tara, Amashu Tara, quick one heroine. With Tara, you are the one who banishes all fear. With Ture, the liberator who bestows all benefits, and Swaha, may it be so. May all my speech forms and lots be as wise, laughing, healthy, and fortunate as great heroines, real or imagined, syllable, mantra, archetype, in paradise. May all beings like green heroine master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate all others. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and commerce flow spontaneous and uncontrived. At the very end of each being's life, may they take immediate and auspicious rebirth, master the Buddha's path, and then help all others do likewise. May everyone be free from misery, may everyone be happy, may no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. Now we seal our practice with Wind Horse. O Queen of Space, Savior of all beings, perfectly pure essence of wind that pervades all. You give birth to all words and cause them to flourish, noble lady. Tara, I pay homage to you. Lady whose face gleams as white as the autumn moon by pacifying all adversity and affliction, and spontaneously bringing favorable conditions and fulfilling wishes. Generate the wind force of dissolving the yet dangers into space. Lady who shines as brightly as the golden sun by eliminating all decadence and poverty, and increasing lifespan, merit, wealth, and renown. Generate the wind horse of expanding prosperity and fortune. Lady who blazes with the luster of red rubies, by dispelling all dependency and misfortune, and bringing the whole apparent world under my control. Generate the wind horse of magnetizing the triple world. Lady who sparkles with blue sapphire brilliance, by repelling all enemies, obstacles, and harm, and granting total victory over all danger and adversity. Generate the wind horse of overpowering demonic horns. Lady who beams with emerald green light by pacifying all unwanted circumstances, and accomplishing all aims with auspicious glory. Generate the wind horse of acting on a space-like scale. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantata gato hyavadat. Te shansayo niroda evam vadi mahashramana swaha. If you feel that I have earned it, you could type something in the chat window. You could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could share it with a friend. You could even help support this channel on Patreon. In approximately 11 or so hours, I intend to return to lead tomorrow's early morning meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.